GlobalMediaTV.com with LaShawna Stanley, CEO of Ethnicity Model. So, let's get into it. Let the world know where you're from.
I'm actually originally from Kansas City, Missouri. I've been residing in Miami, Florida for 10 years now. What gave me the desire to be an entrepreneur? I feel I was an entrepreneur. It was born in me from childhood. I would babysit, shovel snow, sell candy. My mom dated a guy that sold fireworks, and I would get fireworks from him and break the packs down and sell them to the kids on the block. You know, they couldn't afford a whole pack, so I would break them down and sell them to them for a nickel and stuff like that. So it's always been something that's been, I was born an entrepreneur. I didn't really come back to that realization till later in life, because you're taught that you should be, you know, work and go to college and work a corporate job. But it was always in my spirit to be creative and innovative and work for myself.
I read somewhere that you was a single mother at the age of 15. Is that true?
I was a single mom at the age of 15, which is odd because I was always like the good kid that got good grades and snitched on everybody because I was scared to get beat. So I'm like trying to tell to make sure I wasn't caught up in that drama. And then I did get pregnant at the age of 15. It was actually the first year that freshmen started going to high school with the upperclassmen, the 10th, 11th, and 12th graders. And I was getting all this attention from this junior guy. And now I realize I was caught up on the attention of that, you know, growing up without a father, and the guy's giving you all this attention, and you're young, and you kind of get caught up. So I had a kid at 15, and, you know, in the inner city where I was from, they kind of write you off. And I saw Ayanla Van Zant on Monique's show the other day, and she had a very similar situation. They write you off, and I feel like that write-off kind of gives you motivation or ambition, depending on who you are, what's in your soul, to push harder, to prove the world wrong, and to beat the odds and prove everybody that you're not wrote off, life is not ruined and not over. So I think that helped me be as aggressive and ambitious as I am.
So you are the founder and CEO of Ethnicity Models. Your agency is flush with gorgeous faces. How did you come up with the whole concept of the whole agency, the whole talent casting modeling agency?
Well, straight out of high school, I couldn't really go to college and take care of a kid and work and not. My whole goal was to prove, because they were telling me you're going to be on welfare. Your life is over. So my whole thing in my mind, I'm watching a mother grow up on welfare and being angry because the welfare check isn't there, and not being able to get certain things, and scrambling at the end of the month to feed your kids. And working for the stock market, I was very fortunate because you do get profit sharing, and you can invest in stocks and things for a very low, you know, small amount of money. And 10 years after doing that, my entrepreneur spirit just couldn't take it anymore. So I kind of took that 10 years in corporate America as my college, because I learned a lot. And I opened a clothing boutique. I quit my job and took my profit sharing and opened a clothing boutique, which it really wasn't enough money to open a full boutique, but I opened it up with a couple of racks and sold that and got a couple more racks, and it kind of grew from that. And I thought a great idea to promote the store was to have beautiful models modeling, doing fashion shows at the most popular spots, the clubs or what have you in Kansas City, to advertise the store. So the models that I was selecting were more real models with curves. I felt like the clothes that I had for my boutique looked better on girls with curves. So I would select beautiful models with curves that weren't 5'10" and size 2 like the typical model. And in doing that, I came up with the modeling troupe, the boutique LaShawna modeling troupe, and we go around and do shows and stuff like
and
that.
This is out in Kansas.
This is in Kansas City.
Ladies and gentlemen, she is from Kansas City. Do you hear that?
Kansas.
Amazing.
Where Dorothy's from. Click my hair. But so, and I always like a diverse group of girls. It's just something that came natural. I wanted to model back in the day, and there was no lane for girls that were my height and my size. But I like the way the clothes look on girls my height and my size, so those are the type of models that I selected for the boutique. And I would always try to mix it up. So I had a really hot white girl, and I had a really chocolate girl, and then I had a mixed girl that was Italian and black. And I would do photo shoots with the store and advertise the store, and we would sit around trying to brainstorm to come up with a name for the modeling troupe. And we couldn't come out, so there has to be one word that just clicks. we couldn't come up with anything. I've never heard of the word ethnicity growing up in the Midwest. It's just not a word. It's what's your race, your nationality, are you black, white, or Mexican? So I had this picture in my shop. It was the white girl, the black girl. I still have that picture, by the way. White girl, the black girl, and the Italian and black girl. And I'm dusting my shop, and this word comes in my head. I feel like it was God giving me the word. And I was dusting. I said, ethnicity. I said, that's it. I didn't even know what the word meant, if it was a word. So I went home that night and I looked up in a dictionary, and it said the first definition was ethnic pride. It had an example. What's your ethnic pride? So it's like, what is your ethnicity? What's in your blood veins? What are you? What are you proud to be made up of? So I'm going, I got the word ethnicity.
Yeah. I ain't really gotta tell them. I got content. All you gotta do is listen. You know that. Sully.
I gotta.
He's dropped that.
It's written crazy.
Yo.
I gotta change it while I'm thinking.
I tell you what, though.
I deserve it right up.
Down, so what I have to
Hey, it's fun. Do your homework.
All right.
Talk with me.
Give you satisfied.
All right.
Yo, I'm a sure thing. I just let my ball swing for leverage. I'm thug roots, drug abuse, and alcoholic beverage. 80 proof, I shake a demon loose when it's hectic. Blacking out like under my roof, it's no electric. I'm tooled up, suited up, even off the record. The hood is full of niggas with F's that wanna test it. I'm insane, this is the only way I can express it. Show me the destruction button, I'm gon' press it. Respect it, but only real niggas will see the effort. Dick riders front on it first and go back to check it. Dick riders, firefighter that's searching for the exit. But the burning building's the street corner that's looking wretched. I know the answer, I ain't never gotta guess it. I'm unplugged, lot of cash money and bad credit. Chasing my heart is easy cause it's only what's embedded. But these kids is greasy like pork that's breaded. I'm grinding, my nigga never rested. Give me something small, I'm gon' stretch it. The haters can't affect it. You better off running 10 laps in the desert. The flow to execute it, more motherfuckers than Texas. Sully, I ain't playing with him. Nah. Put him in the chair. Burn him. I push the lever. For real. It's over. Queens, over. New York. AMC the movement. M. Mocha Media. Allergic to broke. Catacomb General. God, it's Sully season.
I'm Totam. And I'm Tonya. And we are the Sasha Twins. Welcome to the Sasha Showroom. And you're watching mogulmediatv.com.
So introduce yourselves.
Of course, I'm Totam. And I'm Tonya. And we are the Sasha Twins.
Wonderful. Okay. So how did you come up with the name Sachika?
Sachika. Actually that comes from when I was a little girl. A friend of the family, he was taking Japanese lessons, and so he was, asking us little girls, because he didn't know how to say your name in Japanese. We are actually Vietnamese, so we're like, no, I'd love to know what my name is. So he came to me and says, Tonya, your name is Sachika, and Totam, your name is Tokaido. And I remember the name really struck to me. I love the sound of it. It just sounded really sophisticated, different, unique. And later on, when I wanted to open a company, I decided to find out the meaning of Sachika. And we actually found that it means more wishes, more happiness, and more fortune.
How long have you been fashion designers?
I've been a fashion designer for over 10 years. And my sister Totam has always been studying, communication, journalism, PR, and sales. And she was working in fashion companies as the top salesperson of the company. So later on, when we decided to joint venture, it was just natural that I remained the designer and that she would be the forefront, more of the PR, sales, marketing of the company.
I read somewhere you were raised in Canada.
Mm-hmm. We were actually born in Paris, and right after birth, our parents moved to Montreal, Canada. So we were raised in the French part of Canada, and we actually moved here 4 years ago to New York. So, Paris, Montreal, New York, what else? We're gonna conquer the world.
Who are some of your clients?
We have a very wide range of clientele. So we pride ourselves in actually dressing all types of women. They can be all age, all size, all culture, all body types. And that is the reason why for our first New York Fashion Week fashion show, we were able to pull 18 celebrities from all different age brackets, different body types to showcase and to prove that we can actually dress every woman. So we have we have the Real Housewives of New Jersey, Caroline Manson of New York. We have a lot of public figures, artists, singers, performers, business women, news anchors, very modern, active women that are working and that are independent. Mm-hmm.
So you featured your collection at New York Fashion Week. Is this the first time that you featured your collection there?
Yes, it was the first time doing
Tell us about that experience.
And the experience was amazing. It was surreal. The expectations, we didn't know what to expect exactly because it was so overwhelming. The whole planning of the show, from the collection that she had to do, the theme, the PR, the celebrities, the models. It was so many things all at once. But once the show was on and we were able to see it with our own eyes and live it, it was absolutely surreal. And the feedback was so positive, we couldn't even ask for anything better.
How do you feel about that?
We feel very happy because we basically started with everything on our own. We didn't have any investors, and it was all of our own money. So we feel good to see that with nothing, and just by the fact that with the two of us, our two brains together, finding creative ways to promote ourselves and to make things happen. It's just a very warm feeling to be able to do what we love every day and to finally get recognition for it.
As entrepreneurs, what are the key advice that you can give to other business entrepreneurs out there trying to make it, trying to reach success in all facets of the entertainment world? Since you guys are pretty much living proof of that.
Yes. As businesswomen, I would say that one of the best advice we can give to anyone who wants to start a business is to have a business plan, to plan ahead of time, to anticipate, and also budget-wise, it's very important to keep at the beginning the overheads very low, which allows you to keep on going, because as you go on, you realize there's a lot of, there's always surprises, there's always unexpected events, and there's always something that may not work that will work, and so you have to leave room to maneuver. And so it's very important to plan, to have a business plan, to be very alert of what's going around, to keep yourself informed, especially in your field and whatever field that you are. If you're a musician, if you're a designer, if you're an artist, you want to be the best.